quick
All
intro.
right, so yeah, you guys are miking up?
Miking up.
You good?
Welcome. We're going to go ahead and start with the audio commentary. With us today is Mr. Peter Millini.
Hey, how's it going?
Peter Millini. I'm your host, Cruz, and our very special guest today, the writer and director and the all creator of everything, Mr. Hernandez. He directed it. He fucking made the movie. He edited it. He made the print and that came with it.
No, that's the comic I did everything. The comic, I am the supreme master. But yeah, the film adaptation, and we'll be talking about that today. Thanks, guys, for hosting me.
We're going to put it in with captions.
No caption. I don't know how to do it.
That makes sense.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
And we're going to be playing it mute so people can follow along.
Yes.
We're going to get them the cue to start it up. And once you people at home start it up, you can follow along with us.
Let people know that we can either put, if they don't have the DVD at home, they can follow on. But it's on YouTube. We'll put the link in with this description.
Not just that on YouTube. It's on YouTube and it's in Spanish. And it's about the same time.
Oh, man, this guy's well researched. Yeah. I mean, we're not going to repeat like the dialogue or anything.
No.
I'm any questions you guys have, and I'll share any. I'm going to share a lot of anecdotes behind the scenes.
Okay. Okay, that's perfect.
I mean, I don't want to do like here's what's going on in the film.
Yeah.
That means we didn't do our job, right?
Yeah, right.
So at this point, the Peninsula Films part is showing up. So if people want to start it up, they can start it up now. The intro starts, and we get the text.
Yes. So, one thing, I don't know if it comes up here. They asked me to name the production company, right? Because when the producers make a film, they always usually make a production company just for that production.
Yeah, the shell.
Wow, thank you. So Larry Laratna, the producer, emailed me once, or maybe called him, remember he called me, whatever. He's like, hey, traditionally, when we adapt a thing like this, we usually ask the writer to give us a name. So would you like to give us a production, anything you want? I go, wow, okay. And I went home and thought about it, and I came up with Bronze Age Productions. For the comic fans out there, Bronze Age is the 70s era of comics that I grew up on. Yeah. Maybe it does show up on the credits here. So anyway, it didn't mean anything to anybody else, and he didn't really care what it was called. So for me...
you gave it thought, you slept on it, you were mulling it over.
For 40 years. Maybe I'll have a Bronze Age Productions.
In that case, Bronze Age Productions, what other names were you thinking of at the time?
You know what? I can't remember, to be honest. Okay. But I want to get that out there, especially in a film in a wider release to the world. Again, no one's going to know what it meant. Yeah. This illustration, I did it for the film specifically. Okay. And in fact, here we are at the opening of the film. Once the director had edited the film and got it edited and looked at it, he told me, Brian Cox, the director. Right. Javier, can we have some artwork done for the titles? Because I want to intercut some visual scenes through some of the opening here. Right.
And that's why they correlate, some of those scenes.
Yeah, because there's one or two things he couldn't actually film. Yeah. So he wanted me to do that. So I go, of course. So, what I did immediately is I got on the horn with my lawyer. Hey, Jean-Marc, they'd like some illustrations for this. So can we do a contract for that so I can get paid? Yeah, of course.
Great lines, by the way. Oh, by the way, that guy with the hat? That guy's from Sons of Anarchy?
That guy right there. Yeah. In the flat shirt.
He's in the Mayans. Nice. He's the main Mayan guy.
And of course, Billy Drago there, the illustration.
Billy Drago, man. How did you get that?
Oh yeah, I'll tell you about these. Yeah. This scene out here, so this is all out in some desert. I think it's near Vegas. Okay. So that was the only place I didn't go out to. I was on the shoot for the 4 weeks, but then they had to do this later. Then I had to get back to work. I took a leave of absence at the time when I was working. Okay. So I didn't get to drive out to, the desert here, wherever they filmed that.
And this is supposed to be the border.
Yeah, exactly. So instead of driving down to the border, I think I think it was somewhere out by Vegas. Okay. Looks beautiful though, right? I mean,
I like it. Good place to go hiking. Maybe not cross the border, but definitely hiking.
Yeah, it'd be safer. So yeah, the illustrations, I still have them. I kept them. I mean, that was on the contract. You guys like a comic book.
I'm gonna say something. I don't want to take it bad.
Yes.
Some of the nicest lines I've ever seen. Who cleaned that up for you? Because I know that's got to be someone to clean that up. Those are some of the nicest.
The artwork?
Yeah.
No.
Really?
I because I realized it's going to be on the screen, and I just wanted stark black and white. I didn't want any feathering or any. Oh, okay. I just wanted stark black lines.
I feel like you brought out the fancy pens for that.
Well, you know what? Like I said, hey, it's a movie. It's Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly.
Not that I don't do good work on my comic, but I knew it was going to be really big and bold on the screen. Yeah. And, this young guy, Darren, I believe his name was. Yeah, he played the young Diego. It's kind of cool meeting him. No, actually, I didn't meet him, right? Because this was out in the desert.
Yeah. And you don't have a young Diego. He grows up right away.
Yeah.
Look at him. So brown. It's my people right there. What are you talking about?
So like this, I think, like this scene, I don't think he didn't film it. So he did, like I said, Brian wanted some scenes to kind of go between the actual visuals.
Okay.
Some of these were stills I was given.
Oh, okay.
So some of them were stills, so I just redrew it. But some I just had to imagine, like he's like, oh, I want the guy's hand holding the knife. So I can draw. I can draw Billy Drago's hand holding the knife without needing a reference.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's like a scene, well, it's coming up right now. Like they show you, and it looks exactly like the frame of the movie. Yeah,
because then when I literally, they sent me some frames, so then I just copied the ones that they sent. But it was really cool having the titles open the film, intercut with the action.
And what do you think of this intro, though? This is like, the whole backstory this way, like the way they did it.
Yeah, so the backstory was all brand new because when Brian got a hold of me, I only had that one first issue, the first 32-page Days of the Dead comic, and this backstory he made up for the film. Really? So I knew he had to flesh it out. Yeah. By the way, like when it has my credit there, that's in my contract. Oh. Like how you want your credit. I mean, I was associate producer, so that was already set. But I think I did the wording in the contract, like whatever it says, based on the comic book by Javier Hernandez.
You could have put like Javier the King, awesome, cool guy.
You could put that might have been bounced back or renegotiated. But yeah, you're right. I put in what I wanted.
Yeah, that's cool though.
It's all about your contract and your lawyer. I always say this over and over when I talk to young people, anybody, whatever you're doing, if you're doing something outside of your own just little comic and you're involving other people, get a contract. I don't care if it's for a movie, cartoon, I don't know, whatever.
That's a horrible part though. This whole system. You have to know at least a little bit of law to protect yourself from it. Especially you making a movie. That's like the biggest shark in the ocean.
Well, it's a thing. Shark's a good word. Yeah. But my lawyer Jean-Marc, he's French and he's worked in the French comic industry as a writer, but he's a lawyer.
Oh, neat.
So he understands.
He told me this when we were talking on the phone when I first got a hold of him. He's all, hey, you don't want to get screwed over like Kirby. Like we all know Kirby, Jack Kirby. So yeah, that's why you need a lawyer, especially in anything. But us comic people, we haven't learned that lesson by now. Sorry if you're not taking care of yourself.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, you figured you kind of need something like that.
This is filmed in Culver City.
You already answered my question. I always wanted to know because I know it's not the LA River. I know it's not the Whittier River. So it's Culver City.
Culver City, yeah. And then there's a house later in the film that we filmed there too. So that's probably why they picked that area.
Oh, okay.
It's funny. I was up, I'm up on the top there with the production team as they're filming. And at one point there was they may show up on here. There's people walking on the other side up on the ridge. And it kept getting the shot, so they asked me if I can go tell them to move, and by the time I got up and went there, the people had left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of the associate producer duties, I guess, is, hey, can you tell people to move? There's Wilmer Valderrama. He was like on third or fourth season of that 70s show at the time. So
young and buck.
Yeah, Fez,
Yeah. He said he didn't know how powerful his star power was.
That's right. And that's Joel David Moore, who ends up in Avatar.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. You say Avatar. Oh, yes, of course.
That's right.
I hope he's in the sequel. I don't know if I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have no idea.
But that's his biggest role.
Well, I know from like Grandma's Boy and stuff like that.
You know what's funny? So I was in the production office when Joel David Moore came in to audition for Zach.
He's not.
And Brian, the director, he let me sit in. He's like, "You want to sit in on the auditions? Just sit there and just turn the little camera on when the actor sits down." Okay.
Yeah.
So Joel walks in, and then Brian, the director, introduces Joel. Oh, Joel, this is Javier Hernandez, the creator of the comic. And Joel's all, I just got done doing a comic book movie. Art School Confidential.
Oh, yeah.
Dan Clowes.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I go, no way, that's funny, really. And I think he said it. He goes, yeah, I'm working my way up. Dan Clowes, you. And I go, next he played Jimmy Olsen, maybe. That was pretty good. He had it off really good.
You know what? I could see him as a Jimmy Olsen, like a side piece.
A lot of people say like he'd be perfect Shaggy.
Oh, yeah.
At least in that, yeah.
But that's a given.
That's a given.
lanky man like that.
Angie Cepeda, she's a big Colombian soap star. Actually, so these two people up on the screen right now, Wilmer and Angie, they also showed up in that Pixar film, Encanto.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
And they played
a couple.
Yeah, opposite each other.
They played like the parents of the main girl with the glasses. I saw the preview for Encanto. I was like, well, I don't know, I might pass on it. And then I found out Wilmer was in it.
Yeah.
And I found out Angie is playing his wife. I go, wow, that's interesting casting. I'm really curious.
That's good to know for the game 20 Degrees of Separation. You ever played that? That's good to know.
Encanto.
Yeah. How do you tie in El Muerto to Encanto?
It's the unofficial sequel to El Muerto.
Wow, yeah, they had a kid and she had like powers.
Yeah.
Wow, there we go.
Oh, wow.
I just got $1 billion sequel. I didn't know about it. Waiting for my check. This is filmed up in out by Ventura. You know where Six Flags was it Magic Mountain Six Flags?
Off the 14.
Sable Ranch. It's called. It's like this filming location. It's a canyon. They filmed like Young Guns.
Oh, cool.
The fact that Young Guns' house was still up there.
Oh, nice.
I guess it was I didn't saw the film. It was a big house at the end. A big shootout. It was still standing.
Wow.
That is, you know where that's at, right? That's San Fernando Mission.
Yeah.
Which is really cool to be filming at.
The San Fernando Mission.
That's the first day of filming with San Fernando Mission. I remember driving off the 5, and then you get off the freeway, and then there's a little paper sign that says EM.
Yeah.
That's how they keep it undercover, like
El Muerto.
Yeah, you don't want the whole world to know.
Yeah.
So then I'd see the signs, and I'd be winding off the road, and I'd drive up to the mission, and I see all the parking lot is full of all the production cars and trailers.
Yeah.
And I remember it was the first day of shooting, so the assistant director, she called everybody together in a circle, big circle. Okay, guys, the first day of filming, let's get this done for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then, And she, by the way, we got to give special thanks to one person. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here doing this. And then, Javier Hernandez, and like, wow. Get the big applause from the big group. That's pretty fun.
Well, yeah, if it wasn't for this, they wouldn't have a job.
Yeah, exactly.
Or they wouldn't be working that week,
Not that, it would be on something else.
Yeah.
This is a house in right out of the cemetery gates.
Oh, really?
I forgot what street.
On Evergreen?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's East LA.
Yeah, well, East LA, Boyle Heights, whatever you want to call it.
Right on.
Right on the border.
But yeah, it was a family's house we just rented for that day, and they just had to do all the shots, and even the evening shot. It was a long day because you want to get it all done.
Yeah.
I think it was one day.
You just crammed it all in one day. That first day, fresh paint and everything.
So yeah, and then to the right would be the cemetery gates.
Yeah, it's like it's off Michigan. I think it might be the street.
Yeah, it's literally whatever takes you to the gates.
Michigan. Oh.
I love the car they picked, an El Camino.
El Camino, yeah.
Because like of all the cars, it kind of could look like a hearse because it's got the big empty back. Mm-hmm. That wasn't my idea. I never gave I think in the comic he borrows his friend Zach's car. Just a regular Toyota, whatever. But no, El Camino, even the name El Camino, that's the El Muerto car.
Yeah. He's going down the road.
And his makeup, if you notice now, well, it's flashing, there's a premonition, but the makeup guy, Mark Batista, this was the last scene we filmed.
Ever? Like in the last scene?
Literally the last scene.
That's
it was
funny.
The last day of filming out in the Sable Ranch. It was a 16-hour shoot. Because, normally it's 12 hours.
Yeah.
But, no, they got to get it done.
Oh,
and we were filming since 3 in the afternoon the day. So now it was almost 6 in the morning.
Morning of the next.
So they're setting up the shot where the car's got to hit the tree.
Yeah.
And the sun's coming up. And so he feels this tension because it's very expensive if they have to come back after they're allocated. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of oh man, you got to get that car right, the car crash right.
Get that shot.
And I was super tired that night. They had I'm out there in this part of the Sable Ranch, which is green. They had a tent and they had these heaters because it was freaking cold at 3 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sitting there oh, this sucks. The movies are great, but I'd rather go home. But I stuck it out till 3, exhausted. A lot of us were exhausted.
Yeah.
The car hit the tree, and then I see the producer go to the director and the other assistant director, and they're talking. And then okay, cut, guys. That's a wrap. Oh. It was fine with the way,
Okay.
the way it was shot. And I remember driving home. So now it's 7 in the morning. I'm driving home from Ventura. Traffic was killer to get home back to Whittier.
Yeah,
mine took 2 hours.
Oh.
But at the same time, and you know what? I think it was Valentine's Day.
You got that morning AM traffic too, that work traffic.
The work traffic.
Oh, I'm sorry. I would have pulled over and just taken a nap.
I was elated though, because like, hey, we got the movie in the can, which you realize at that point, there's so much more to work to do. Now.
Yeah.
Not all the posts.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't
chopping it up, making.
You think the filming that's done? No, you're barely maybe even started now.
Do you think those graphics put themselves up there? No,
right? They weren't free either.
And how'd you get him, by the way? That guy's
Hector Elizondo.
That is, I think. What is his real name?
I know my memory for 15 years isn't the best, but well, the casting director, that's just they just offered it to him and he took it.
Wow.
Playing the stern uncle, right? The priest, the stern priest uncle.
Yeah.
Of beautiful Angie Cepeda, Maria.
Yeah.
Our heroine.
The last thing I saw him, I think, before this was like El Zorro, even though that came out like 10 years before that. He was in that.
The one with Banderas?
Banderas, yeah.
Was he in that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He was like Don Luis or something like that.
Okay. And then this is a house in Eagle Rock.
Really? That's a nice house, by the way. This is where the priest lives?
I think. Yeah.
Like the furniture and everything, I'm like, wow, that's like pretty expensive for a priest.
Yeah, I know, right? It's a really nice looking place.
Yeah.
And then this scene, this is the only ones we filmed in an actual studio. This was in Burbank. Because, they needed, they had to build this Aztec.
So it was built for you? This was built or not pre-made?
Yeah. Okay. No, well, you know what it is? The production team, they went to the Warner Brothers lot. Because, I didn't know this. Warner Brothers rents millions of objects for every film.
Yeah.
So they just got all the pieces they needed. And then they got that puppet, that Mictlantecutli puppet costume. That was cool when you walk in the studio. That's a typical. It's all black.
Yeah.
And then you see this huge god of death puppet, 12 feet tall.
Yeah.
So I guess 3 guys operated it. 2 guys did the hands and.
Wow, that's cool, man. Did you take a picture with it?
I don't think I have one with that. I should have. I have some with the actors, obviously.
Yeah.
I wanted to say Wilmer's makeup here, right? Because he's still human. He's wearing makeup for a show. Yeah.
Perfect.
It looks like the makeup you'd put on if you went to a Halloween store and bought the makeup.
Nicely circled, nicely edges.
Right. When he comes back from the dead, it looks like it's fused on him. That's why he looks all like
he was in a car crash.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
No, yeah, that's like the little things you have to notice and they appreciate. You might not notice the first time, but the second time you're like, oh, yeah.
And then you notice the suit. He doesn't have the little swirls on it like in the comic.
Bones.
I love that when Alexis, she was the costume designer. She put bones. I go, wow, I love that idea.
Yeah.
And then running up and down the leg, and then the accenting the rest of the suit,
and then scaring the kids.
That guy there, that's actually Wilmer's sister.
Oh.
I guess it's his old high school friend, which makes sense. You're gonna get someone you trust.
Yeah. Yeah, but, I like those bones though. Look at that.
I just love the idea that the God of Death would, like, when he got his costume and then, like, he rearranges it and, like, I want bones on it. I mean, because you turned him into that.
Yeah.
Now we're coming up to one of the greatest scenes in cinema history.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Tongue in cheek, of course.
This is your Daredevil Frank Miller pose right here, by the way.
Yes, no pen in my forehead, though. And I don't want to be like Todd McFarlane and coming out of the trash in the alley, or James O'Barr, he's stealing a TV out of a burned out building. This is the night we filmed my cameo at the gates, right there. That's the front gates of Evergreen Cemetery. If you want to go, in fact, I do take out of town friends there.
There you go.
There you go.
You take him like, this is where I stood.
Yeah, no, I opened the gate. I made that paper mache mask. My friend Steve Guerra, our mutual friend, our toy maker friend, he helped me make it, and then. The production team made that poncho.
Nice. That's cool because it's I thought it was like a dress at first, but it's like a big cloak, right?
Yeah, it's a big old overlong poncho, and I'm wearing a black shirt underneath, and I have a Steve Ditko fossil watch, a Spider-Man fossil watch underneath. And Susan Rogers in the red, she's our co-producer.
Okay.
And her friend behind her is Kathy.
Hey, Kathy.
Who unfortunately passed away since the filming, but Kathy was a huge. Mexophile. She loved Day of the Dead. She loved everything.
I'm guessing she helped with all the decor in that?
She probably did. I know the production team took care of all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm sure she had some things to say about it. But
and this is still Evergreen, right? Cemetery?
Yeah, we are in Evergreen Cemetery. We filmed there about 3 nights. Mm-hmm. It was really cool because we'd have our meals there.
Yeah.
And I remember they would set up the benches literally on top of the graves.
Yeah.
It was sorry to all the families.
No. It was 2006 when you guys were filming, right?
2005.
2005?
2005.
Because I remember when you guys were filming there, I was like maybe 24 years old around there, and there's filming going on. I'm like, what is going on there? And I remember I would pass by the cemetery, you know how they had that little ridge and stuff like that, and I would sneak over and I'd see the filming in 2005.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. I used to be very nosy back in those days. Like if there was filming was happening, I'd go and check it out.
Well, it was kind of a big thing. You know what's interesting in retrospect? Maybe because it's such a small film, there was never anybody like bothering us.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like we had hundreds of people. Like, maybe it was just they're making another movie.
Yeah.
Which was good. Tony Plana, one of our great character actors.
Yeah. Does a good job.
Aparicio, kind of. I call him El Muerto's Yoda.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's a creation of Brian, the director.
Okay.
I told him that's a great character. He's like, well, I got inspired by you. I go, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, in your comic, when Diego's he's in the bathroom at nighttime at the park. There's some guy basically throws him out. I go, yeah, but I didn't develop that character.
Yeah, no, yeah. And he got that character and ran with it then.
Yeah, but he's literally a caretaker of the dead.
Yeah.
So
and that's exactly what he does.
I love the symbolism, the layers of that.
And he's ungrateful though, because he just stops. You're like, oh, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is right from the comic where he looks at the paper because he's got to get it. The thing is, the character's supposed to realize it's a year later since he died and he got sent back to Earth. So, I mean, the easiest thing to do is always a paper date.
I mean, you think you're a god, you could send him back like an hour later?
Day of the Dead, it's a year later, right? You remember your loved ones a year later, but...
I guess.
And then on the paper, I'm going to show it again, but look, I didn't realize it's called the Barrio Daily. I didn't realize until after several viewings. Yeah. That was Freddie Naff, our production designer.
You know what? I didn't notice till right now.
There you go. So now you have a... And then this is from the comic where he looks in the mirror, washes his face, tries to wash it off.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when it's like, wait a minute, this isn't paint. And the makeup artist, Mark Batista, he told me he had to use a special paint that's waterproof because otherwise it'd be smearing off.
Oh. And so I'm guessing they took special thinner to get it out?
Yeah.
Because if you can do it with water.
And then Wilmer's obviously wearing black full contact lenses.
Yeah.
And there's a doctor on set you put him on and then you have to check him, take him off.
Because that's why you don't use it often. Use it maybe a couple scenes in the whole black eyes in the beginning.
Yes. In the comic, they're black permanently, but in the movie, and I get it because, an actor you want to see, and then it's uncomfortable.
You can't see in those things?
Like, after a while, I guess it gets... I mean, it's not like it's pitch black, but I think it's bothersome.
Okay.
This is a spoiler alert. So, see the marigolds? Uh-huh. Well, we're filming in February, and try to find marigolds in February from the production. Do you know what that is?
What is it?
Carrot. You buy a bunch of carrots and there's some marigolds, but the rest are carrots.
The
little shreds. They grind them up. I don't know if I should tell people that because it's like
you ruin the illusion.
But look at all that.
That's all carrot.
Yeah, because where would they find that many marigolds? And I didn't know that. It's a production.
You know what's funny? On the way here, I saw like several ladies selling still marigolds.
Oh yeah, right now's the time. But come February,
that's good.
Hey, you're right. It does look like it's like branded on them because you can see like the indentation of the cross.
I thought it was, that's why too. The indentation of the cross is.
It looks like it's deeper in. Yeah,
I thought that was a really good call on Mark's part.
Yeah.
And so then when he puts his skin color makeup on, you still see the scars.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so it's elevated in those little areas right there. So the mouth too.
Yeah, the lips, and I think maybe his eyes and his eyebrows might be shaved off. Huh. Then, of course, he's got his surgical scar. Yeah, so basically, as you can tell if you've seen the film, he's figuring out, wait a minute, why am I back? Why am I looking like this? Why are my friends mourning my death?
Yeah.
Because you're dead.
A year later, though.
One night in the cemetery, Angie Cepeda came up to me. And she was, they were setting up Day of the Dead stuff. And she's like, hey, so what is this Day of the Dead thing? Because we don't have this in Colombia. Huh. And I told her, it's a Mexican thing, comes from Aztec times. And you're basically honoring your loved ones and remembering them. And then she got all like, oh my gosh, I love this movie even more now. I thought that was so sweet.
Wow, I didn't know that. It's one of those things like, everyone thinks Hispanics all celebrate the same holidays and stuff like that.
Yeah. Right. I mean, I guess maybe some do in some things, but Day of the Dead hasn't hit every place yet. I know, it is in some countries.
Yeah.
But she told me she was not aware of it. She just said.
Yeah.
It's funny. We were watching Batman Brave and the Bold yesterday.
Oh, right.
And there's an episode where the Gentleman Ghost is robbing a bank during Day of the Dead.
Yeah.
And you think it's Mexico because it's like, you see all this, but it's like Brazil.
Oh, really?
And like, that was like, do they celebrate Day of the Dead in Brazil?
Because Fire shows up. She's from Brazil, so hey.
But I'd be curious if they don't celebrate it. Someone just assumed wrongly. Yeah, that's interesting. Brazil.
At that point, they're racist, right?
I like that. Put a note. We'll have to check that later.
Well, it's crazy too because they use that imagery a lot now. Like was it that Bond movie, right?
Well, that wasn't Mexico though.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. They hit Bond.
And then what was it? BVS, right? Batman vs Superman. There's that scene where he's in Mexico. And
yes.
They're all
worshiping. That one I had a little issue with. But anyway, we're not gonna turn this into Zack Snyder bashing hour.
That's next time on.
That's next time.
Which is so crazy since like 2007. Like there's so much more imagery of that.
I'm not saying we did all that, but I mean, you see in all the movies now. We've had those wonderful animated films, Coco and A Book of Life.
Yeah, The Book of Life.
Yeah. Also, I was really excited when it showed up in the Bond movie, being a big Bond fan.
Yeah,
like two worlds crossed.
There you go.
Yeah,
he's such a phenomenal actor. I'll share a story about him later during one of his scenes, but sometimes you're lucky you get these older actors.
Yeah,
they bring that history, that experience,
and that's what this was. Dude, it was a real This guy's young. Zach's young.
Yeah, Zach and Diego.
Yeah,
Maria. It's a young cast, and then you populate it with, we'll talk about Michael Parks later.
Oh,
but, Tony Plana, even Billy Drago. He's old veterano.
Yeah,
of the bad guy.
Yeah, knocked it around with Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris. I remember him from the Untouchables.
The Untouchables.
Oh yeah.
He's a bad guy in the Untouchables.
The first thing I saw him in.
Yeah.
So this house, like I said, it's. I like to drive by it when I show friends the area there, the cemetery. There's a scene in the first comic, where Zach is looking at the TV screen and it dissolves into some memory. So I think Brian. Brian looked at the comic obviously. And he took a couple little things here and there, but the film for the most part, it's definitely his script. It's like a whole new. It uses the origin story as a launch pad, which I'm fine with because I'm looking at. If I look at Frank Miller's Dark Knight, Adam West's Batman, animate, they're all different, and a character can be different things in different eras and different mediums.
Well, that's always my thing is when like Hollywood's interpretation of these characters. It's never been the comic book version of. This is Hollywood's version of your character.
Of my character,
but. You're still involved though.
Exactly. Now there's times like when you get something like Sin City, where it's literally as much as possible follows every panel, and Frank co-directed it. So that's like the high mark as far as how close it can get. Yeah. But everything else is an adaptation.
Well, think about it. Also going with that, it's the Spirit. And when they made the Spirit movie.
The Spirit.
Will Eisner was no longer there.
No.
So that was,
he wasn't in the movie either, as far as his concept or his color scheme either.
Yeah. But so at that point, Hollywood's interpretation is full Hollywood's interpretation.
Right. That's what we're looking at.
Yeah. This is you still have your control over it, some control over it. It's your characters.
It's funny when I would sit and watch it too. Once I got the DVD, it's like I'm like you guys. I want to watch the movie.
Yeah.
But as I'm watching it, I'm remembering every night when we filmed and such too. Like I can't 100% get into the story.
Yeah.
Because I remember when you ran out and da.
I'm sorry.
In fact, I think this night they were filming in the house. It was right there, like I said, East LA, outside the cemetery. They were trying to film it, and then they were having problems. So they came and told me, Susan Rogers, the co-producer, hey Javier, they're trying to film this scene with Wilmer and Zach talking there, but they're picking up some audio. I mean, the microphones are amazing, right?
Right.
They were picking up audio like a block over. It sounds like a party. She's all, could you maybe go there and let them know if we're trying to film?
Tone it down.
And I figured, they're asking me because they did, you don't want to send a white guy down there.
Yeah.
So I go, okay, I'll go. So I'm leaving the set.
Yeah.
And it must have been a different scene because it wasn't Wilmer's scene. But I'm leaving the set, and then Wilmer's like, hey, where are you going? He was in costume, right?
Okay.
He's like, where are you going? I go, I got to go to a house. They're filming, they got to quiet it down. He's like, where's it at? A block over. He's all, okay, let's go.
In costume?
Yeah.
Okay.
So his friend, his assistant came with him.
In February.
So I'm walking the streets of East LA at night by the cemetery. Like I'm walking, they're behind me. I go, this is weird.
Yeah.
And then
a little surreal.
Yeah, very surreal. And then we walk to the house. Like, oh man, this is not the hard part.
Yeah.
And it's an East LA party, so it's in the backyard.
Okay.
Big backyard. So I got to walk through there. Wilmer El Muerto's behind me. Mm-hmm. We walk in there, and I go, hey, where's the owner of the house? Really quick, this scene here. Brian literally took the line from the comic where she looks at him like, I know who you are. Nightmare Before Christmas. The biggest laugh in the audience.
Yeah.
It's Jack Skellington.
That store's still there. It's a ferreteria now, though.
Yeah. I like driving by there. That's right by that restaurant they walked by.
Yeah.
So I go to the house, and then there's the owner, and he comes up to me. He's a bald guy with a mustache.
Oh man,
young guy, but okay. And I feel kind of dumb. Hi, sir. I know you're having a great party for your son and everything. We're filming it starts sounding dumb when you start saying it. We're filming a movie two streets over, and the audio is kind of interfering. Can we ask you guys to keep it down just a bit? And I go like, oh, here's the star of a film. Wilmer's like, hi. And he said hi to the kids, whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't know what he was, whatever.
Okay.
But it was funny. The guy looked at me kind of like, all right. Oh, and then we walked away.
Yeah.
And when I got back to the set, they're like, oh, Javier, we got the scene done. And I think they sent a PA. And, well, someone go tell the family they can have the party now.
Nice. Is this behind the tortilleria?
Yes, it's right the alleyway behind. Mm-hmm. So on the left side, there was a balcony with little kids were up in there. It's their apartment.
Okay.
They're like sitting there looking at this film being made. So I asked the kids, I go, hey guys, we're filming a scene here. If you guys can just keep it down, you can watch, but just keep it down, and I'll give you. I kept comics with me at all time. Nice. So I signed a bunch of comics for these little 8-year-old Mexican kids. It was really fun.
I wonder if they still live there.
I know, right? Years later. Hey, like I said, we're filming that scene there. Yeah. And you figure there'd be people like, hey, what's going on here? Yeah. Nothing. It was cool though.
You just I didn't know, or else I'd be there.
right, exactly.
Yeah, like if you go up that street, make a right, I'm pretty much there.
Isn't that where the Pino's at?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's where it's at.
That's where I live.
You see that big guy?
The big one? Yeah.
The big guy. That's Wilmer's bodyguard. They wanted him in the scene because, he looks great. He's scary.
Yeah, he's scary.
But all he had was a white T-shirt that day. So they're like telling me, oh, Javier, you know what? We're trying to cover him up, but there's nothing in the wardrobe.
No.
Can we use your jacket? So that's my jacket he wore. I go, sure, put it on. Because they didn't want this big old bright white T-shirt.
But you know what? In East LA, a big old bright white T-shirt would probably be okay.
There's a creator of Sonambulo.
Where?
Rafael Navarro.
Oh, the Plano?
Yeah.
Oh,
check him out.
Him. Oh, yeah, there he is. Look at that hippie with his hair.
That's right. He cut it now.
Yeah.
So you got two creators in the same movie. Yeah. Cameo creators.
See, I didn't know that. If you wouldn't have told me, I would never have seen them there.
But yeah, this is literally the street right down from the cemetery. So when they cut through the gate, I mean, they didn't have to go to another location. They literally just turned the camera and over.
So that's, again, the corner of Michigan.
Yep. There we go. Yeah. You just come down the cemetery, crossing the streets.
I like they use a proper entrance, even though that big gate's like right next to
them. Yeah. You get to see Muerto's powers being demonstrated. He can resurrect the dead.
Yeah.
Which you haven't seen that since the Bible.
All right. This is only for people that live in the area?
Yes.
From that cemetery vantage point to that market to that alley, there's no way you can get there in like that time frame. Nice. Okay, but that's just for people who live in the area.
We'll put that in IMDb. Little facts. There's no way.
No way.
Well, there's no way a guy can come back from the dead, dude.
Well, I mean, that at least I'm willing to believe.
Oh, the little lady, she's also in Art School Confidential.
Yeah, she's a little
mom, yeah.
Yeah, commercials too.
She was adorable.
Yeah, oh yeah.
In fact, when she mispronounced his name, she wasn't acting like, what is this? What do you call it? El Muerte? So they kept it, because in real life, not everybody could pronounce the name.
No, yeah. Yeah, she comes on a lot. I think she's even in Seinfeld.
Oh, probably. I could see her totally being there. But like right there, I would expect people to be walking out of the house there like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, some Chicano guy talking to some dead zombie, Aztec zombie.
Normal stuff.
Everyday stuff.
You're obviously not from East LA. Guys in flaming skulls, no problem.
I just noticed too that there's like a cool skull design on his jacket.
Oh yes, thank you. Alexa told me, so check this out. So it's real subtle. It may or may not come out on camera, but we put, I don't know how they do it. The little skulls on his shoulder there.
And it's around the skull in the back, right?
That's a beautiful touch. The little white. It's the same skull, but it's in a circle on the back of the jacket. So yeah, no, you definitely know.
It's real subtle too. Like it's only when he moves a certain part and the light hits it the right way.
I don't know how they do that. I'm sure they're stamped on or something, but he had I think he had like 4 or 5 suits. Obviously, he needed. And people ask me if I kept one. I should have. I don't.
Yeah, it's up down the sleeves and on the back. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Also, you get to keep one of the suits.
No, I didn't ask for it. I should have. I mean, I don't know what Larry did with all the props.
Yeah.
It's been 15 years.
Yeah.
If you can believe it.
I wonder where that God of Death is at.
Yeah, that probably went back to Warner Brothers or wherever they rented it from.
No,
but it would be cool to have a suit.
Yeah, to get a movie accurate suit.
I'd be like Batman. Like, oh, this is my Robin suit.
In the glass case?
In my giant centavo.
All right.
Yeah. Your peso.
In my peso and my dead dinosaurio.
There you go.
But yeah, seeing Tony, just being on the set, just watching, because I would just stand there by the camera, and I got a funny anecdote. I've heard 2 people say this. Yeah. I've heard Frank Miller say it in the Sin City commentary, and I heard Dan Klaus say it recently. I think on the Cartoonist Kayfabe interview he just did. So I had the same opinion. Like, we're getting ready for the movie, right? And I'm thinking like, okay, this is gonna be fun. But like, man, the actors are so full of celebrity crap, People Magazine type of stuff. Let's hope they're not boring or whatever. And it was anything but that, because there's like celebrities, right? Like People Magazine, whatever, just stump celebrities.
Yeah.
But then they're here to act.
Yeah.
And they were all professional. They were all courteous. Like, oh, you created the comic.
Yeah, they don't really know what you did. They don't know anything really besides. They probably never read them.
No, right. But I'm saying like they were there. I had this idea actors would be flighty, but they're professionals. They're all there to get the job done. They got to get the job done and go home and go to the next thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had I got respect for all the actors.
Hell yeah.
Especially some of the older ones. They take me. We just start chatting on the side about anything. So.
It's like they're real people.
No, that's right. That's right. They're real people. They're like me. They're just trying to do their work.
Right.
I mean, yeah, there's a fun aspect to it, and like right now we're having fun and everything. But like the red carpet is different from working on the set.
You get to have fun at the red carpet because it's done.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
And I just splice it up later.
But why is it playing?
Because you suck.
There you go.
I needed the touch.
And this is this little building is also on Sable Ranch.
Okay.
It's like one of the little buildings they had, and they used it for a church office.
Okay, that's not the Young Guns.
Yeah, no, it's not. We didn't use that at all.
Oh.
This is all Hollywood rain, right?
Yeah, totally.
It's so sunny.
Well, that's a prophecy. That prophecy says. Sun showers. Come on, did you not pay attention to the first part of the movie?
No, I understand, but I'm saying like, that's not natural.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, that's supernatural.
Look at that. Man, she is pretty.
She was such a sweet actress. I remember I was in the production office one day when she came in to try her costumes. So I'm sitting at this. They let me have the receptionist desk. Javier, just you need someplace to sit all day. Okay, do nothing really. And then Angie walks in. Oh, hello.
Yeah.
And then the costume girls came out. The costume department came out, and then right across from me was a door where she went in there to change.
Yeah.
And she'd be changing, putting the costumes on, and then she'd come out and show everybody the suit she was wearing.
Right.
And I'm just sitting there looking at her like every time she comes out, she's wearing pretty clothes.
Yeah.
And then she looked at me and she did like a little twirl. She's all, so am I the Maria you always envision, Javier? And I go, Angie, you're the Maria we all envision. She was just so, I mean, I don't know, I think she comes out really sweet here in this film, but she's also very serious because she doesn't know, her boyfriend is passed on.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, she's very sweet, but when she gets mad, here at Zach, she's like, she gets mad.
Yeah, and then, because Zach thinks he's seen him and she's like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, no, they got a really solid actress for the role.
Yeah.
And they all bounce off really good, like, and Zach is more like the friend, a little more, a little shaggy looking and everything.
Yeah. My question with Zach was is he supposed to be kind of Hispanic?
Zach in the comic, he's Zach Silver, Jewish guy.
Okay.
And in this film, they hired a white guy for it.
Okay.
Why did you? Curious.
No, because in earlier on he says he's some sort of priest or something like that in the movie. He makes a reference that he's like from some lineage of some sort.
Yeah, Isaac.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Jewish lineage.
Oh, yes. Okay. See, I don't know much about the Jewish faith, so there you go. I learned something.
So this is the church at the San Fernando Mission, right?
Yeah.
So
it looks the same.
We'd be filming there, And then they go on to another place to film, and it's like midnight at one point, right? And we got the whole grounds of the mission to us. So I'm just walking around the mission at midnight. The church was open. I literally walked in the church and I just sat in the pews there while they're filming on the other side. And I'm just like thinking, man, this is again surreal. When would I be in a midnight, other than midnight mass for Christmas?
Yeah.
When would I be in a midnight at San Fernando Mission while it's closed? Those are all the experiences I really savored as working on the film.
That's cool. Did you get like your hair start like raising up in your like people bumps? I mean, goosebumps and stuff like that.
What, being there?
Yeah, in the middle of the night in a church, that nice church, especially.
Yeah.
Right? Like you said, surreal.
Well, the whole thing was goosebumps, like just getting that movie made and working. Luckily, I live in LA, so I could drive down there. You know what I mean? If I lived in Arizona, maybe I wouldn't be able to enjoy the film every day. But also, that was in my contract too. I told my lawyer, Jean-Marc, I want to work on I get paid for the rights.
Yeah.
But I want to work on the film on a weekly salary. So he put it in. And then we sent it to the producer. They okayed it.
Wow.
So another tip for creators: talk to your lawyer. Throw stuff in there. If they say no, they say no.
Throw stuff in there that you want to do, right? That you want to, make your dreams happen.
Exactly.
Well, it's one of those once in a lifetime situations,
Yeah.
Don't let them run you over.
Exactly.
And then jump on the ride,
Yeah.
And if you're lucky, it won't be once in a lifetime.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, I don't want to.
Yeah. Do you want to do it again though?
No, I do it again. I do second. But I can't plan on it. I can't.
No, of course not.
Can't be entitled to it.
Because I mean, now with the production, the cost of stuff is less. You can do more effects.
Yeah, definitely. The effects are more, and there's more opportunities now. We didn't have back in 2005.
Yeah.
There was studios and independent. Now you got streaming. You got Hulu, Netflix.
Oh yeah, that's
Apple,
true. Oh,
Amazon. I mean, so many. All these places have appetite. They need product.
Huh? You're right.
Maria Conchita Alonso.
Yeah, best cameo ever.
As a nun, right?
Yeah.
She's so awesome. They told me she had a whole back. You don't know much about the nun. Oh man, every time I see like Michael Parks is in our movie.
Yeah.
Now that he passed away, unfortunately, like
a couple years ago too.
In our movie forever.
Yeah.
But Maria Conchita, she had a backstory for her character.
Oh, she made it up?
Yeah, but that's an actress for you, right?
Yeah,
like, it's not part of the movie. She was abused, and that's why she has a scar and a limp.
Yeah.
She was beaten, everything. So she went to the church to become a nun.
Oh, wow.
I just like how she did that for herself, because it wasn't in the script.
That's really neat.
No, she's a fucking doll, dude. She's a treasure.
I walked by her one day. She was outside her trailer, and I introduced myself. Oh, Maria, hi. I'm the creator of the comic. I gave her a comic. And she's like, oh, my son does art. I think he's a graphic designer. She's like, look, he did the art for my new CD. That was cool.
Yeah.
Again, just connecting with someone off the set.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah, she's a singer. She's a dancer. Man.
Wilmer this is so goth, man.
Yeah.
He's just lying in the cemetery grounds and the church grounds.
You know what? We're all young ones.
Yeah. we all love The Crow.
Yeah, exactly. We still do.
Yeah.
Then outgrow it. But yeah, his face makeup has come off, right? It's all smeared now.
By the way, I love how gradually that worked out. Like, from when he started wearing it to, like, I guess when he was talking to the priest, it starts wearing off, but the white starts coming through.
Yeah, it looked really freaky.
Yeah.
At the scene with the priest.
With that fake police car. That car is not from East LA.
Yeah, it's like a generic car they rented. Yeah, totally. You're right.
I love Michael Parks playing a cop, but he's always playing a cop, right?
Always.
Was it Sergeant McGraw? Was it?
Earl McGraw.
Earl McGraw.
The Tarantino films.
Yeah, it's the one character that Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez share, right? Like they put him in.
And so did I now.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. He was a sheriff in all three of them.
Yeah.
It's the same sheriff, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a multiverse.
Yeah, right.
Multiverse of Tarantino, Rodriguez, Muerto.
Muerto, the Parks universe. The Parkerverse.
Showing some super strength here and super resistance. Ouch. So this is Brian's idea, because in the comic he heals the dead. But Brian extended, like, well, he can even, I don't know what the word would be. He can calm you and soothe you. Because someone freaks out, that's why he touches them
and calm down,
and they get calm. Which I guess maybe the extension of resurrecting someone from the dead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
he's bringing them back down to a lower peace. From chaos.
Yeah,
so it could be a metaphor for death. You're dead now. You're alive.
when you lay someone down too. rest?
So the outside of the house was in Culver City. The inside is in Eagle Rock. So this is one of the first days we filmed, right? So I remember it's an old house with a wooden floor. So we're all on like one side, right? All of us, and the actors are working. And I was, I was like terrified, like, oh my God, it's so quiet. Michael Parks is talking. I go, okay, my phone is off. And I actually put my hand in my pocket to hold my keys so they don't shake. And they did the scene, it was fine. And then they're going to film again. I go, I'm just going to wait outside.
Yeah.
Because even if you step, what if the floor creaks? Like, I don't want to be the one to screw it up. Being the dumb outsider, the dumb comic guy.
So you're just frozen in time.
Out of respect.
Man, yeah.
And it's a wooden floor. It's like, oh no. So I went outside and hung out with the sound guy.
That's funny.
Yeah, but as the time progressed, you got a little more comfortable.
Yeah, because one of the first, I've never been on a.
Yeah.
From Whittier.
Yeah.
We're making a movie now.
Yeah.
With Michael Parks. Come on, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The guy playing the priest, I know I've seen him and stuff.
Yes. EJ Callahan. He's got a big. I can't think of it offhand, but I think he was in Austin Powers. I think when I looked him up.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
But he's one of the guys I told you about. So one day I just saw him outside, and we're talking. I introduced myself. Hey, nice to meet you. And then he told me that he just recently got married, and that he used to just having dinner by himself, but now he's got his wife. That's a nice little thing just that he shared.
Yeah.
Again, they're real people, and they're just great. They're great people. They're great. They're serious about their work.
I like that. You're bringing them down to our level.
They got to talk to this comic book guy. Just keep it real. So I got to tell Michael Parks. When I heard he got hired, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
By then he had already done some of the Tarantino films, and of course he's got a 30-year career before those guys. But they told me, like, I remember working on the set one day, and then the next day he was going to show up, and then Susan, the co-producer, again, they always sent her after me because she's real sweet. Hey Javier, we're short a PA tomorrow, production assistant. Michael Parks doesn't drive to set, so could you pick him up? Well, at first I was like, in my head, like, why am I picking people up? I'm the creator of this thing. In my head. But I go, okay, sure. And so, I got his address and I picked him up. I'm driving, it's on Wilshire, I'm driving by Miracle Mile, and I'm running late. And I'm like, oh man, I'm going to be late to pick up Michael Parks. So I called him. Ding, ding, ding. Michael? Yeah, this is Javier from the El Muerto film. I'm on my way to pick you up. I'm running a little late, but I will be there. He's all, where are you at? And I told him to cross street. And he's all, okay, just take your time, be careful. So I drive up to his, I guess it was a townhouse. He's standing on the porch wearing blue jeans, like a blue T-shirt, and one of those weird, funky green nylon cheap jackets that we all had. Just totally down, He's not going to be all dressed up.
No.
It's like I'm picking him up for a construction job. He gets in my car, he throws his script on the dashboard, throws his jacket in the back. And now I'm trying to be all calm. And we're driving, and I go, hey, Michael, I don't know if they told you, so I'm the creator of the comic. And he's like, is that so? The voice of his? And then he got his script, and he sees my name on the bottom. He's like, oh, okay. And I told him really quick how the film came about, how I did an interview on NPR. Brian called me, and he's all, you're very lucky. I mean, this is a guy, 30-year veteran. He's all, things don't happen this quick in this town like that. Mine was kind of like boom, boom, boom. Larry, got a hold of the guys. And we signed a deal and started making the movie. He was like, lucky. So we're driving right to the set. Now I'm all jazzed. Like, Michael Parks here, man. He goes, can I smoke? And I hate to smoke. Like close up, like do what you want to do, but like, I don't want to breathe in my car. So what do I say? I go, yeah, sure.
Of course, you're not gonna say no to them.
So he gets a cigarette in his lighter, and then he flicks the ashtray open. And then he closes it and puts his... Oh, no one smokes in this car. Like, I know.
Class act.
I know. I almost get choked up every time I think of that story. I mean, that's classy. He's an actor. I can do whatever I want, right? I want to smoke. He's all, no one smokes in this car. Like, wow.
I heard that, and I just all out there, but my head was class act.
No, I know. Your eyes lit up, and I told you that. So when we got to the set, and then we're talking, I asked him about working with Quinten and Robert.
And of course, you have to know.
And he's all, they're great guys. He's all, I never do any film where I look stupid. That's his bottom line.
Okay.
So we got to the set, right? And he gets out of the car, and then he sounds like a little kid, like, "Hey, are you gonna take me home?" And I go, "Well, I'm not sure because I think they have PAs now, so I'm not sure."
Yeah.
But damn, I would have picked him up and taken him every day when I thought about it.
And be like, "Yeah, sure, we'll go get dinner too."
You know, he's the one. After the film was over, I actually regretted not asking for his phone number because I'm sure he would have gave it to me.
Yeah.
Like just to go have a drink or dinner.
Yeah.
Because he was such a cool, down-to-earth,
Found
non-Hollywood guy.
Yeah. I love that he came out in his little windbreaker and
yeah, I thought we were going on a construction job. Because he's an actor, but why is he going to be all dressed up in the morning?
It ruins the illusion for me, but like I said, it makes me like him even more.
Well, because when he gets to the set, then he puts on the costume for the day.
Yeah.
But otherwise, jeans is fine.
Yeah. I could take Michael Parks all day. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. Yeah, he was a gem.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a crazy actor because who was it? The Tusk, right? He was in Tusk.
Oh my gosh!
And it was intense in that movie. It was real.
That was a freaky film, and then Red State by
he was the minister, right?
He was like that Florida Baptist, Southern Baptist guy, really racist and all that.
Yeah,
homophobic. That was a great role for him, but he's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
Back to the Evergreen Cemetery. Look how green it is.
Yeah,
look at it
green.
now. Unfortunately, it's all yellowed out like everything else. But El Pino is the famous tree is up in the hills there.
I can see my house from here.
Yeah, so this is like the one superhero movie or comic book movie made in East LA.
Wow, you know, I think so. I think to this day, I always tell people look it up. I think it's still the only like Latino American independent comic book. No, it is made into a film, and it's a black and white comic on top of that. So other than Ninja Turtles and American Splendor, I mean, right, like for that subcategory of black and white comic.
Yeah,
I think we're the only third one, and then
there's not like a Love and Rockets movie or anything like that.
Yeah, not yet. That'd make a great series, actually.
Yeah,
right. Like that's a real thing.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was.
It's a surprise. Yeah, you're right. It's probably not one of the streaming companies that picked that up yet or anything. You know,
it's ideal for that.
Yeah.
Hopefully now with all the hype about the 40th anniversary of Love and Rockets,
that'd be cool.
We did a lot of film festivals when the film was done. Obviously, one of them was in Oxnard.
Oh,
which I was thinking, hey, that's Jaime Beto's hometown.
Yeah.
So it was cool doing a film festival there.
Did you take it around like a lot of markets? There was some Latino film festival in Toronto, Canada. I didn't go to that, but it hit Canada.
That's interesting.
Yes,
there's Latinos in Canada.
Apparently.
I have a lot of cousins from Mexico. They go work there or whatever, study.
And they speak French. It's weird.
Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu.
It's so great seeing these two old seasoned veterans
together.
I don't know. That may be the only time they've ever been in a film together.
And it wasn't because it kind of keeps going back and forth. I thought at one point they weren't together in the same scene, but they are together.
Oh yeah. And then you'll see them outside when they're walking. But yeah, I love these scenes with these two guys. There they are. It's like, man, look at they're in our film.
Yeah.
Tony Plana and Michael Parks. Wow.
That's iconic right there, right? That's something unite. I mean, I'm trying to think of anything they've done together. I don't think so.
No, I'm very proud of the fact that we got them together. And that's Evergreen Cemetery. That's one of the little chapels.
Weird side story. One time when I partied too hard in that, I think I threw up on the side of that.
Oh my God. Cruz's puke is on the wall. So I got Cruz's puke, Michael Parks, and Tony Plana.
Yeah. And it would have been early 2000s, so yeah.
That is hilarious.
That's funny.
Here we do a time jump in movies, right? So right out there at the cemetery, Wilmer's running. Now we're at Sable Ranch.
Oh.
Because Evergreen Cemetery is not that huge.
Yeah. Right? So there's only like 3 headstones.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. You know, in the film, when you watch it, he says idiot. Because, he doesn't want to run after this guy. That's not in the script, but that's
perfect.
That's perfect. Yeah. An older guy would say that, like, idiot, quit running. Probably would have said worse, actually, but it's a PG-13 movie.
That's funny.
You know what? It's something Michael Parks would say.
Exactly. Oh, believe me, we had some talks out. Yeah. So coming up, this is one of my favorite scenes with Tony Plana.
Is he gonna try to hide with the makeup?
I know. I saw this like, wow, desperately trying to throw that makeup on really quick, and it turns around. The guy's okay, it's not you. But the gig is up. Like, he knows something's up, and this guy, supernatural guy running around. Michael Parks, man. The late great Michael Parks. And Wilmer's really intense here in this scene. Oh, watch it.
Yeah, no.
This violence.
Yeah. Don't play that game. Don't do it. And he did it.
Wow, that's crazy.
That was good.
I know. I was like, when he jumps back.
That was a good practical effect.
So the scene here, Tony Plana has a very critical scene here, right? When he's trying to,
Oh, right.
So he filmed it like 3 times, right? Most of the actors are about 3 takes.
Right.
And Tony filmed it. You'll see the speech he does in a second, and then Brian's all cut. Okay, that's great, Tony. And then I saw Tony walk up to Brian, the director. He's like, Brian, can we do it one more time? Because I feel like now I feel like I feel it now.
Mm-hmm.
And Brian's okay, sure. If you want to do it, we'll do that. And I was thinking, wow, because another actor could have said, okay, they said cut, they got it, they're fine.
Yeah.
But he wasn't satisfied 100%. I was so impressed by that.
Class.
Yeah, it's like this part where he's trying to explain to Diego, no, you're not really evil.
Okay. I mean, you were made by evil, but you can use it for good.
Yeah, and he talks about like he feels his loved ones in his heart.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that I imagine this is the scene where the take we're watching, the one maybe Tony felt the best about.
Give it a little more intensity.
Isn't that cool though?
Yeah.
That he told the director,
like,
no, let's do one more if we can, please.
Give me one more. It works though. Cause look at his fist. Look at the way he's holding like the vein that's coming out of it. He's giving
that's
intensity.
Physically, you're really,
There's intensity to there. Intensity.
And then resurrect this guy. He tells him, "Here, touch him. Bring him back."
Like I can't do it, but yes, you can, cause you have love in your hands.
Then we figured maybe this cop finally retired after. That's it, man. Yeah. Zombie guys bringing you back from the dead.
I'm done.
He hasn't read about that since Sunday school.
Seriously. Let me get that.
Well, one day, so we were filming, and it was getting to the end of the film, so I did this El Muerto drawing, but of Wilmer in that costume with the bones and then his makeup. And I did a drawing at home, and I colored it, I printed it, and I gave it to everybody on the set. So I went to give him a copy. I went to his trailer, right?
Right.
And he was in the makeup chair, and I walked in. Hey, Will. Hey, I want to give you this. His buddy's called him Will.
Yeah.
And so,
you're
thanks,
his
buddy. Thanks. And I'm walking out of this trailer. He brought his own trailer. He's got a nice big trailer. I'm walking out, and he goes, as I'm walking out the door, he says, "Hey, Javier." And I try, "Yeah, what's up?" He's like, "Are you happy with the way I'm doing the character? Are you really like the way I go, "Yeah, man, totally. I really do." And I walked out like I could have floated out the... you think, why would the actor care what you think?
No, but you're elated at that point. You're like, oh,
I was elated, yeah. I walked down the steps, but I could have kept going straight. But I thought that was so cool. Like, he called me after I'm leaving.
Yeah. Like, are you happy with it? Yes, I am.
So what was it like seeing him in the costume and all that for the first time?
Oh.
Yeah, that was earlier in the film. Yeah, it was a trip because I didn't see anything about it when he was putting the makeup on. I just see him walk out in full black. I was like, wow, he looks great.
Yeah,
the suit looks great. He looks great. It was I think in the church when I saw him, which is kind of interesting.
And you know what? You couldn't pick the perfect more person physically to kind of look like Diego de la Luna kind of at the time.
De la Muerte, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, at the time now. Well, really, I say thanks, Hollywood. They didn't have many choices. I mean, really, 2005.
Yeah, you're right.
But he was great because I love that 70s show. I grew up in the 70s.
Yeah.
So I started watching that show from day one, never thinking like, oh, he'd be great.
Yeah, he'd be a great Muerto. No, he's too silly to be that character.
That's right? Fez. I go, he's not playing Fez. He's playing El Muerto in the film.
So he brought it, He brung it.
I mean, it didn't hurt having a major TV star. Like I said, he was barely on the 3rd or 4th season.
Yeah. So his star was just rising to the top at that point.
And now he could be Zorro, right?
I hope they still do that. They announced that last year, a TV show. That'd be great.
For reals?
Yeah, for Disney Plus, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. That should be a guest for LA Cape.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'll interview him.
There you go.
Dude, that'd be crazy.
So this is back at the San Fernando Mission.
Is that picture himself?
Yeah.
All mad too, though.
What happened to that painting?
I thought it was funny that it's stern like the way he looked.
That's good, though.
This is the first scene he filmed.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, I saw him, like, he shows up in the church.
Yeah.
With the black eyes like that, too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's crazy. Imagine, like, something you drew, like, came to life, you know? Like,
Yeah, and then to accurately, you know, we talk about comic book movies, superhero costumes. To accurately, you know, I created a simple costume.
Yeah.
Not for a movie, but I just wanted an iconic, simple image.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why it translates well. They didn't have to mess it up much.
No.
Any at all.
Well, that's the key, too, right? You have to make it as simple as possible because, you know. Like,
That's what I always say.
Because, what was it? There's a famous Eisner hated superheroes.
Yeah.
Because the costumes were too complicated to draw. And
Batman luckily has a simple.
Yeah, to a point. It's when they get into those real crazy details and like.
Yeah, I don't understand why you draw like all the seams on the suit in the comic.
Oh, because it's armor that's on top and.
Billy Drago here, man. I remember when he filmed this scene, right? He's all doing the convulsions.
Yeah.
Brian, the director's in the other room looking on the monitor. And as Billy's doing all this, I see Brian just huge smile on his face, like, this is great.
Yeah.
Like, it's a visual thing.
Yeah.
So that looks great. He was so happy with that performance.
They became an old lady to no man.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. They hired him to play Katrina, the old woman. And he played the Indian.
Yeah, the beginning. Yeah.
The native.
Yeah, the old man.
Beginning of the film.
With the hat. By the way, that was a cool hat at the beginning.
Oh, this is funny. So this scene here, right? Because she went and saw she found the cardinal decapitated.
Oh, okay.
So to get ready for that scene, she's in another room. Like the actress, she's just standing and she's getting herself psyched out.
Oh.
Like terrified?
Yeah.
So me, remember I told you I was walking around everywhere?
Yeah.
So at one point I'm walking through this building, like, oh, this is cool, checking out all the work. And I turned and then there was a small room. I turned and facing her, and she was like, I go, oh shit. Like, I don't want to mess up her concentration. I spun on my feet and walked right out. She was prepping herself.
Yeah.
Here's me walking, hey, what are you doing?
I mean, she was trying to get scared, right? You should have scared her, though. That would have been great.
No, that's messed up.
Yeah.
She would have hated you.
Yeah, that would have messed her up.
Yeah.
This is one of my favorite visual scenes.
Right here.
Because, look, they're both wearing black and white.
Right.
They're both kind of representing their own religion.
Okay.
Right? The Catholic and then the Aztec. And she's terrified of him, and he represents death, and he's calming her down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, wow, right there, black and white.
You could learn something from him, in other words.
Well, it's almost like, you know, accept death as a part of life.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, don't look forward to it, right? You don't want to die.
No.
But it's not supposed to be something scary.
It's an inevitability.
Inevitability.
Yeah.
And it's just a cycle, too.
Yeah.
So anyway, to me, when I look at that, that's what that represents.
Yeah, where is it? Polvo eres y polvo te convertirás.
Like, this is great. Look at it. She's hugging her, right?
Yeah.
But then look at the hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's...
There's...
I don't know if that was in the script. I go, that is great acting.
Building tension. Yeah. There you go.
She doesn't know what he's doing what she's doing behind her back.
No. Good stuff.
San Fernando Mission. Yeah, so we ever go to San Fernando Mission, I'll give you guys a little tour walking around.
Neat.
Nice.
We could do that thing where they put the picture and the movie together.
Yep.
It's a cool scene. That's a little cool shot.
Yeah, a little moody.
Yeah. It was like an 8-bit character.
So this is at the Sable Ranch.
Okay.
It was late at night, and it was drizzling, and it's cold. It's February, and it's like 11 o'clock at night. And I've been there all day since 3. And then, you know, the room is so small now, everybody's got to be outside in the rain under a tent. And I'm thinking like, okay, you know, screw this. I'm going to go home now. Like, I don't have to be here every minute of every every of the movie, especially when it's cold and raining. So I'm driving home. I'm driving home down the 5, right by Magic Mountain.
Uh-huh.
I'm driving, it's raining. I'm driving, and I hear, and then I look to my left, and there's a car spinning like a top.
Damn.
And it hits my driver's side.
Oh, dude.
I'm driving. I don't have a driver. I'm driving.
Yeah.
It hits my car as a SUV, and I righted it, and then I pulled over to the whatever that right lane, and I could see Magic Mountain on the right.
Okay.
And I'm like, what the hell? And I look, and I saw like there was a bunch of cars crashed. So there was a bunch of cars, not upside down, but just stalled. Yeah. And on the center lane, there was a car pulled on that side, and I saw 3 people get out. And one of the guys ran across the freeway. What the hell? He was terrified.
Oh, damn, yeah. Oh, yeah.
He was an Italian. They were Italian tourists. He was a young guy, by early 20s. And he was hyperventilating. Oh. And I'm getting nervous now. Yeah. I wasn't that scared of the car accident. I mean, you know, but he was hyperventilating. You know, welcome to America. I go, let's get in the car, man. First of all, let's just get in the car. Yeah. He's like, my friends. I go, they're okay. Look, they're over there. Yeah. They'll be fine. He just went across the street. Yeah. He sat next to me. He got my hand, and he put my hand on his chest. You ever felt a jackhammer heart? It was... You think that's like something from a cartoon. Yeah. It was like a jackhammer. He was horrified. I was worried, like, don't have a heart attack. I go, just hang on. We got to wait for the... Because then the cops showed up. Yeah. And then the cops... It was kind of dumb. The cops pulled over. And I'm thinking, like, well, there's a lot of cars out there. And then I look up behind me, up the ridge. Yeah. And I, you know, like it's like 6 lanes. I see all the lights coming down. Like, oh my God, there's cars... Oh shoot! So all the cars are speeding down the freeway. Yeah. And then I close my eyes, but I hear a couple of cars hit other cars that were stalled. And then there was a double. I'm not kidding. There was a double-decker bus zooming down. I'm like, oh my God! And he literally must have scraped between 2 cars because he didn't hit them. Yeah. But he must have scraped them. Yeah. Oh. And then the cops realized, they had to block the freeway. Yeah. I'm serious. So it's like 1 a.m. I'm like, oh my God, I almost got killed. They're still filming the damn movie over there, probably. Yeah. I tried to call the producer, let him know I couldn't get signal. So then I just went home.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. I almost got killed or at least in an accident. But the car was drivable. I just had a big dent. I got it fixed later. The next day on set, I get there at 3. Yeah. Guess what happened to me last? Oh my God! I told her, Wilmer was like, oh wow, that was crazy.
That's bad, dude.
So don't ever leave your film set.
No, that's good.
Don't ever get too cocky. I don't have to be here. I'll go home in bed while you guys make my movie. Yikes.
Yeah. Especially in that area, dude. That's dark.
Yeah. And the 5 lanes. Yeah. And when I saw the cars coming down, I go, oh man, that's horrible news.
You know this guy?
He would have made a good Shazam.
Yeah, he was up for it.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. Wow. There was talks. I remember because he's been in a bunch of movies. And
that's great. I didn't know it got to that point where... Yeah, this is 2005. I was thinking, he'd be a great Captain Marvel.
Yeah, he was... I forgot who... Yeah, I remember reading about that, yeah.
Wow. He has a face for it.
And, yes, the nose and the eyebrows.
The squinty eyes.
Yeah, CC Beck style.
Yeah.
So here's a revelation where you find out, Katrina also has the
5 o'clock shadow?
Yeah. The 5 o'clock shadow. A lot of our ants are like that.
Yeah.
Very much true.
So this isn't the house in Eagle Rock, and they're filming upstairs. So I wasn't up there because it was too small, but...
It's that same house?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because once they rent it, even though it's not the same house in the movie, we can use the upstairs for this scene, upstairs for that scene.
I always wonder how that worked, because I've heard of people that rent out their houses for stuff like that.
Yeah, and then it's like I said, it's cheaper just to rent it for 3 nights, but film different scenes in different parts of it, even if it's not the same house of the character.
Right?
Yeah.
Stock house.
But Billy Drago, I remember when I was working in the producer's office, I worked like a week on what's called pre-production, just hanging out at the offices while they did all the work, really.
The secretary table?
Yeah, taking her table. Yeah. And I remember in Larry's office, I hear Larry walking down the hall. Oh, let me introduce you to somebody. And he walks in with Billy Drago. He's like, this is the creator of the comic. And I said, hey, Billy, thanks. Hey, man, thanks a lot.
Yeah.
So, his teeth, I think, there's like jack-o'-lantern teeth.
Oh, really?
I mean, honestly, I don't know if he files them like that or...
Oh.
Because who has like all sharp teeth?
Yeah.
I used to. Like that?
Yeah.
Oh, they look like old lady teeth.
There's a look for old lady teeth. I like that. Katrina.
Yeah. Straight out of the comic. Crazy. Yeah.
I like how they're both black and white, wearing black and white, but one's good, one's bad.
Yeah. What's a black and white comic? And there's
Shazam! There he goes. That house, actually, that's in Culver City.
Okay.
I remember they told me when they got the house, they go, oh, the lady who owns it, she's an instructor at Rio Hondo.
Oh.
It's like, I went to Rio Hondo.
Yeah.
You know, these little connections?
Yeah.
It's like, wow, it's a trip.
It's like you probably saw that lady right there and you didn't even know.
Yeah, I was trying. Yeah, I didn't get her name, but I'm wondering if I ran across her there.
Yeah.
Look at like that, like subtle, like little slap.
Yeah, I like that. Again, stuff like that, I imagine is the actor doing it, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
the script isn't that detailed.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, I haven't read it in years, but
And then he lightly taps El Muerto on the face.
and because she stabbed him with the obsidian knife,
Yeah.
that affects him. Now he bleeds like a human.
That obsidian knife shows up in the beginning, disappears, shows up at the end. Where was it?
Yeah, because the old Indian had it.
Right? And then the
And
kid
then the god of death
disappears.
had it.
Yeah. And then it disappears and then it shows up right here.
It's the cosmic cube of the El Muerto.
There you go.
The
Exactly.
mystical knife. So, like I said, we only filmed one day in a studio. Everything in the film is a real house.
Yeah.
It's a real. That's kind of. I mean, you know, it gives that film a certain look, I guess.
That wall. That's
Where the walls don't vibrate because
Yeah.
they're real. It's a real
Yeah.
stone wall. Or,
doesn't have that Plan 9 of outer space.
I was gonna say, yeah. In a good way though.
Yeah, no, of course.
There's Shaggy. Yeah, that was cool watching that scene being filmed. We're all sitting on one side and the woman's getting stabbed.
Yeah. little flip there.
Well, like never. That's a tall woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, viejita even. So this one didn't hunch over when she got older.
Of course. Dude, I even like that knob handle on that door.
That's like a real,
Yeah,
right? That's
yeah.
old school knob handle. Again, the advantage of filming real places. Like, no, that's really there.
That's something generic.
You know, at one point, they'd asked me because I had asked them in the beginning, like, if we could possibly film something in Whittier, that'd be great. So they were trying to. They told me, they sent me uptown Whittier to try to find a house in Whittier where she could jump out of a balcony.
Oh.
And I found a house across from the post office on Washington, uptown Whittier. It's so like, it shows you what I know. I knocked on the door, nobody was there, so I left a note. I wrote a note like, "Oh hi, we're thinking of filming a film here. Can you call the production?" That's so dumb. I should have never called back, but
They just looked at him and be like,
yeah, right.
it's crazy. Hey, but A for effort.
No, yeah, they told me, well, look, but we couldn't find something. And then there was another house I saw. That when I went in, I was talking to the person, and I gave them the contact for the production company. But
Another thing is, they don't mention that it's Whittier, right, in the whole movie.
yeah, no, it's not really. Yeah, it's I asked Brian about that. He's like, well, it's just more like just generic East LA area.
Generic barrio.
But if you want Whittier, go read my comic.
Yeah.
Whittier, loud and proud.
This is East LA El Muerto.
Yeah, exactly.
By the way,
Oh, Shazam's dead.
Yeah.
and by the way,
And so was his friend again.
Like,
2007 with the Nokia.
yeah.
They got the little flip phones.
Yeah.
They were walkie-talkies.
So she goes from Culver City to
The
Sable Ranch.
Fast.
That's fast. If your old lady, grandma lady attacked you, you'd probably run like that.
That's true too. That's true.
No, my grandma attacked me. I take it.
Like, oh, again? Yeah.
Again. All right.
Just another day. Glad you.
Just gotta dodge the obsidian knives.
Yeah. Those are always the ones that appear and disappear
Yeah.
through time.
I don't know where my grandma gets those obsidian knives
It
from.
keeps showing up.
Yeah,
It keeps showing up.
The infinity knife. And here's Zach like almost praying. So what am I doing praying? I think in the script, the original script, it goes, why am I doing that in Jewish? And he's praying to the Sacred Heart.
Ah. Seek his love.
Yay, love brought him back.
The love of a good woman.
Who later married in Encanto. The unofficial sequel.
The unofficial
That's
sequel.
Funny. So yeah, I was literally on the set every day. Like if anybody asked, like just would show up right when they start,
Yeah.
and then just watch them film all day. And Then we'd stop for lunch. We had great catering.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. He was a French guy.
Uh-huh.
He was a French cook. He had his, and he'd make these wonderful souffles and it wasn't hot dogs and burgers. It was real food.
Oh.
It's like, dang, it's good food.
Oh, see, like
in fact, Wilmer said, I'm gonna try to get this guy's number, hire him for my productions.
It's crazy. That's how you know it's a good production company. Because most places they'd be like, "Here's your hot dog. Here's your."
Yeah, no, they had real meals, and then if it's
just
yeah, see the light?
Yeah, there it is.
You touch the lightning bolt. Yeah, when you work on a set, so I think at 6 hours you get the meal, and then if they work 12 hours, then they have to have a second meal. Oh. So one time in Sable Ranch, like right there at night, I like how he puts on that mask.
Yeah,
and then it doesn't have it on. I think that was his idea.
Really?
Can I just wear that as a little? So one night we're at Sable Ranch. I told you it's in the boonies, right?
Yeah.
And like legally, we got to give these guys a second meal. So a PA has to go. They come back with, I don't know, 50, 90 bags of Taco Bell.
Oh, man.
Can you imagine getting that order?
Oh, man.
I need 300 tacos, 200 burritos. It's the whole crew.
Yeah.
So, I had Taco Bell with Wilmer Valderrama. One other night there, we had, this is Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
We got to eat. They found an In-N-Out somehow, probably at midnight.
Nice.
Yeah. Again, can you imagine that order? Shoot. Hey, I want to drive through. Yeah, we need 300 hamburgers, 300 fries. Like, wow.
It's Hollywood, so they're probably used to it. If it's in that area.
Well, on a Sable Ranch?
Well, no, there's nothing up there.
That's what I'm saying. So they had the PA had to go find an In-N-Out or a Taco Bell those 2 times.
Yeah.
It's like crazy. But it's got to get done, right? Because, hey, contractually, everyone's got to be fed. Cast and crew. Ooh. But normally, we just have the one meal, and then there was a what do they call it, the craft service table?
Yeah.
That's why I picked up a affinity for tea with a lot of honey.
Ooh.
Lemon tea with honey.
Nice.
For those cold nights in the cemetery.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And this is the big fight scene, which I think they practice at either Wilmer's house or maybe Billy's house, from what I heard.
Oh, cool.
It kind of reminds me of Arnim Zola.
Yeah.
He's got
the little face.
The face in the Pescalepoca. Again, that was something that production created.
But it's comic accurate.
Oh, it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool to see Wilmer to dress in the actual Aztec ceremonial outfits inside that studio in Burbank.
Yeah, comic accurate. Go. Don't do it. Don't do it. He's gonna do it.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wait, touches.
Don't do it, Fez.
Oh, this is intense, man.
Yeah. Telling you.
It's nicely edited.
Yeah.
I mean, the budget on the film was, if you guys can believe this, what would you guess? You won't insult me. 2005.
2005. I'm going to go over like an easy $1 million.
Okay, then you're...
Yeah.
It's like it was actually just under it.
Under it?
I didn't think you could make a movie back then with these guys in it.
Yeah.
Especially nowadays when movies that cost like $20-30 million.
Yeah, and then inflation, I'm sure, hasn't helped.
Yeah.
And
that's like a freaking romantic comedy.
No, right. Just people talking at a kitchen table. Yeah. When I found out, I was thinking, this is me, right? Like, wow, the Dr. No, the first Bond movie in '62, cost $1 million to make.
Yeah.
In $62.
Yeah, that's
but I just like that number. Oh, $1 million movie.
Yeah. It's like at least $3 million now, right?
Oh, I'm sure probably more. Yeah, $62. Right. Well, ours maybe it's something $3, but.
And he shanked them. They couldn't talk it out.
Right, Mr. Ta-da! I thought that was a cool little.
Yeah. Psych.
The way she pulls it out was such contempt.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill you.
Ugh.
Good job.
Pete got squeamish with that knife pull.
It's such a like classic like scary image with the white hair.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
The long, black,
the black eyes, and then that sneer.
No.
That sneer he makes as he pulls it out.
Yeah. Classic witch kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, just standing around, that night watching this fight scene. It's like trippy stuff.
There can only be one. Highlander rules.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's very heroic and everything, but like the aftermath has to be like, oh, this old lady got stabbed to death.
Well, that's the thing. That's why I like that scene where he closes her eyes like that.
Yeah. He said something nothing he could have done. He had to.
No, yeah, no. I'm just saying.
She's already possessed. She was already.
But like these cops are gonna come by like, oh, this old lady got stabbed to death.
No, right.
This really tall, dude-looking old lady got stabbed.
This handsome woman.
Throw her down a smokestack. I guess.
Yeah.
That scene, what was that? That curve.
Wait, what?
That curve, that scene right there, that looked familiar. They had a scene right now, and it showed
Of the city?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they just filmed
They
up
filmed there?
some hill, and then the rest is Evergreen Cemetery, and then this is
I'm gonna go back, but I think it was City Terrace.
into Chapel. Might be.
Yeah. The back of City Terrace, I'd say.
I like this part, and then she moves, and he's right behind her.
Mm-hmm. Don't get scared.
I know my sister, my mom, and my two nieces that came out one of these days. They drove up to the cemetery for this.
Oh, cool. I was gonna ask, like, yeah, do you, like, anyone else? I mean, I know Rafael was in there, but like, did you give cameos to anybody else and stuff like that?
Yeah, there was another guy in that scene when the car crashes when Ralph shows up. He dressed up as El Muerto for me at one or two comic signings.
Cool.
His name's Simon. So he's in that scene. So there's two Muertos in that scene. Wilmer and then
Neat.
Simon, who was my spokesmodel.
It was in that same scene with the car accident?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot to point him out. It was a young guy with a goatee and a beanie.
Oh, okay. He was on the other side of the car.
Yeah, yeah. But he had dressed up as Alberto for me at least once or twice.
Nice.
Because I had a suit made up.
All right. Shout out to that guy then.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Two Muertos for the price of one.
Yeah.
But
So at this point, El Muerto leaves or whatever, and he'll be back in the next sequel.
David always asks, "When's the next sequel?" I like when you say, "Make another sequel." Like, "Oh yeah, okay,
Sure."
It's not just up to me. I don't have the money and the resources, but it's a nice. I get the sentiment, of course.
Well, if you had if you were able to do it, would you do a sequel or would you reboot it?
No. At this point, like you make a whole new movie. Yeah.
Okay.
Reboot, I guess is the word. But yeah, you get a whole new actor.
Wilmer still looks young.
Yeah, I know these actors.
Yeah. They look young forever.
I know.
No, you do the reboot and then like later on you just bring them in and like Spider-Verse it,
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You'll be our Toby.
That's a thing now, man.
Yeah, no, you're right. You could be Toby Maguire, the older guy, the
Yeah.
previous Muerto, then get the younger guy.
Man, it solved all the problems already.
Yeah.
We're rebooting it and making a multiverse.
Multiverse.
I like to see with their white outfits.
Yeah, I like his shirt as he's
like white guayabera.
Yeah.
See, they could have put carrot shavings in this scene because it's so close.
Yeah.
So they had to get. It's probably just all the marigolds they had. Like, okay, put them in that frame,
That's all we got left.
and on the outside is just whatever. But you do what you can in February in LA.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. What happened to that prop?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that was they rented it or if they built that.
Oh.
But the guy Freddie Naff, the production artist, when I met him at the office, he's like, "Hey man, it's great to be on this film. I used to work for Comico,
Oh.
like the '80s.
Yeah.
He's a production artist. I go, wow, that's cool. So he was really excited. Like, yeah, I'm working on a comic book movie. This is great. And this is back at Culver City, right? That reservoir.
Yeah.
All right, back to the beginning.
I think this is a scene where there's people like you'll see him.
Up on top.
Yeah, like from his back. But there would be people walking there. It's a reservoir.
Yeah.
Why they're not stopping the guy stabbing himself? Culver City, this is called Suicide Reservoir.
Yeah. They mind their own business in the Culver City.
In this comic, see up there?
Yeah.
There'd be people.
Oh,
the stroller.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, right there. But maybe they couldn't see what he's doing. Maybe they couldn't tell he's a undead zombie with supernatural powers, holding a mystical infinity obsidian blade.
Yeah.
Yay!
See, that's how you lose things and end up coming back and stabbing you.
Now you know why it shows up in another film or something.
Yeah.
Do a comic where a villain finds it and Gordo has to fight the...
Yeah, exactly. There it is.
This is a cool scene, right? It's that typical, I am the, it's a curse and a power.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Oh, and this is also my favorite end scene because it has the lettering of our people.
That's nice, right? Freddie did that. So let me tell you a spoiler.
Uh-huh.
You see that?
Yeah.
El Muerto spelled right. When I first got to the set,
R-E.
it was, I forgot what, there was a letter mixed up. I go, oh man, that's spelled wrong.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh crap. So they had to, we got to film it. So I don't know if they cleaned that glass or they used the back, but they took care of it. But I like that he wrote that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. It's in the lettering of our people.
So, there's our film. Darian Dacos is young Diego. I got his name wrong. I said Darren.
And 25 years ago, huh?
15 years.
15 years ago, huh?
Wow, that kid, he's like a young adult now.
Yeah.
Darian. And I'm an old man. There's a point in here where there's a list of thank yous. You see them in all the movies, right? Mm-hmm. So the producer sent me an email. Hey, we're doing the thank yous. You want to add anybody on there? So when it comes up, a lot of the names are like parents, my siblings, my nieces and nephew.
That one guy who gave me that coffee that one time. Great guy.
Yeah. Mark Batista, the makeup guy. He was from Whittier.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
So in fact, one time Wilmer had to go to his house
in Whittier.
In Whittier, so we could try the makeup. So I'm in his garage.
Neat.
That's his studio. So I'm in the garage just looking at Wilmer's back as he's sitting in the chair, and Mark's there, and then there's a window on the wall. So it's a surreal scene, right?
Yeah.
Like the back of Wilmer's head framed by a window looking into a Whittier backyard. Like surreal.
Yeah.
The hairs on your arms. Surreal.
It should be. You should have pictured it, put it in a frame kind of moment.
That would have been a good picture of the back of his head.
Yeah.
And then we went to go eat Uptown Whittier because we had to wait for something to dry.
Yeah.
So all of us, Wilmer, me, the producer, were eating at the Mexican restaurant next to the theater.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's a Wilmer location there.
Nice.
So there was a little Whittier connection in the film other than me.
It's like that.
But so this is a great once in a lifetime thing maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Yes, assistant to Wilmer, Daniel, that was the guy, and Tadao, his bodyguard.
A lot of people with one name.
Yeah. Bizarro, I didn't think about that. I'm going to go by Javier.
Javier.
With an X, I gotta do the X.
Oh my God.
When I started working on the comic, I was actually practicing my name, Xavier Felix, because my middle name's Felix.
Okay.
Oh.
I thought it was a cool double X.
Yeah.
Xavier Felix, I'll go with that name. Then my dad saw it one time.
Yeah.
Look at main title illustrations by Javier Hernandez.
That's you.
He's all, what about Hernandez? And I was like, Wentz,
Yeah.
I mean,
then I ended up going with Javier Hernandez. I thought about the Hernandez brothers. That's a good name to throw around as a Hernandez in the comics.
Well, Jaime is with an X, right?
Yeah, he's with an X.
But Xavier Felix sounds like a magician.
That's funny. That's weird. You DC guys with the Zatanna and all that.
Exactly.
Something I like that. Well, use it for your
there you go.
Gordo. Sounds like a Xavier Felix. I like that.
Done. Putting that one on the back burner.
Martin Espino. He did the indigenous Mexican instruments in Chanty. He's a friend of mine.
He's probably related
I brought
to me.
him. I told him, hey, you should work on a film because he knows like the native indigenous.
Not many Espinos, and my grandma's an Espino.
Yes, it's not a common name, Martin Espino.
Yeah. That's cool. Might be related to me.
But great. I was so thankful working there all the time.
Universidad Autónoma de Zacatecas?
Yeah, they had for language and such.
Oh.
They had to get some
Because it's in Spanish also.
There's an audio in Spanish, but someone dubbed my voice. Yeah, Spanish track on the DVD. Okay. Yeah, right here, the producer, filmmakers. So look, I put Lalo there. Lalo Alcaraz.
Oh shit.
Jean-Marc L'Officier is my lawyer. Steve Guerra, our friend who made the mask.
Robert the dog.
Rick Rodriguez, I think that's mine. Robert, I don't know who that is. Jacqueline Hyman. Yeah, there's my siblings and all that.
Is it Bojowensky?
Oh, Bronze Age Productions.
Oh, there it is. 2006. Yeah, Bronze Age Productions. So,
and with that, we're full circle, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it. El Muerto movie, 2000, released in 2000, filmed in 2005, released 2007. Right now, it's celebrating 15 years. So
15 years.
Thank you guys for
thank you.
Sitting here hosting this wonderful look back.
Yeah.
Wow, that's something so long ago when you think about it.
Yeah.
I've seen this movie many iterations, subtitles on, without the subtitles, Spanish,
sober,
dumb,
different world,
yeah, totally,
yeah,
it definitely was. Like I used to tell people, it was like a '90s movies made in 2007.
No, I like. Wow, okay, I like that. A '90s movie made in 2007. And there's Evergreen Cemetery immortalized in the menu chapter. But thanks for listening along, folks.
Yeah, thank you.
If you've seen the film before, I hope you're learning some stuff. If you're listening to the commentary without watching the film, spoilers are present.
A little bit.
I like how we say that at the end.
We say that at the end. Hey, they knew that going in. They should have realized. But thanks everybody. Thanks everybody. Wilmer, everybody on the film, Larry, Brian. It's a great experience.
Thank you guys all for making it, and without it, we wouldn't be here right now.
Exactly. That's
I'd still be in bed. Thank you guys. I appreciate it, guys.
All right, everybody, have a good morning, good evening, and good night, and bye.